Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In our last video, we have gone through the process of how we can file the Rhode Island return, sales tax return. Today, we're going to file another state, and that's again the quarterly return for one of my client. So before I move to the portal and let you show how you can file the return, I would request all of you to do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the sales tax information. So today the state we're gonna do is Michigan state. Now for the Michigan one, let me just highlight two things here. So first, either you can have the monthly return for this state, or either you can have the quarterly return for this state, or either you can have uh, other frequency as well. But you also need to file a annual reconciliation return as well. So what I mean by annual reconciliation return is that the end of the year you need to file the total amount of sales and the total tax paid for the complete year. These two should be reconciled. So for example, if you made a payment of $100 each month or $10 each month, let's say $100 each month. So if I multiply this with 12, now here in this return you will report this, and the system should calculate this. If you report this 1200 and if system calculates this one, right, for example, more tax, then you need to pay that $100 here. So here you need to be very vigilant, you need to be very carefully filing this annual reconciliation return. That's the first point. The second point for the Michigan state is that sometimes you don't find the right period to file the return. So what happened is that when you go to the portal and when you click the file and pay the return, you will not find that particular period. For example, if I want to file quarter 3 return and you go on the portal, you will want to find quarter 3 return, which is quarter 2 return, which is from April to June, right? So now let's go to the portal and you can see here. Let me just, there's the error, so let me just refresh this. So you can see this is my portal now. So if you see here, I will click file and pay a tax return. Now here if you see, I have July, I have October, I have annual 2025. That's the return that I was talking about, annual reconciliation return. Now since you see that there is no option to file quarter 2 return, which is April to June, so you don't need to miss that return, because if you miss that return you're gonna get the notice from this state. So what you will do here is that you will click here, file additional tax return. Now here you will select the tax year. For example, 25 is my tax year, and I will click additional tax return. Don't click this is an additional amended return, so I will click additional tax return. Now here I will click view return. So here you can see then I have the options here. Now this is, for example, the period that I'm going to file. So for example, I say file return. Now here I click sales tax. So what you do here is you will add the total gross sales, which is, for example, in my report, this is my total gross sales, and my total sales tax is this. So what you do here is now you'll submit the information. Once you submit the information, the system will ask you to get the input the payment information, and once you input the payment information, you are good to go. So this is how you can do the Michigan state sales tax return. Just to show you how the annual tax return looks like. So if you click here, for example, if I click here file return, now here you will click either, I think you're going to click no, and I will select sales tax, continue. So see here, now here you will click total gross Michigan sales. For example, these are my total sales. Now here you have to include the total sales which are non-taxable sales. So if you notice on my monthly return, you just need to add total sales and then need to add the total tax you're gonna pay. But for the annual return, you need to have the total taxable sales, and then here you will add the total deductions. Let's say my total deductions are 1000. Now if you see here, this is the total tax due, right? And then on this one, on this line, you will mention the total payments that has already been made. For example, if I click 11,000 is already made. So once you do this, if you see here, this is my total tax due here now. So this is why this is how you need to reconcile your annual return with your monthly return. It is very important. If the department notice that something is wrong here and your total monthly tax is different from what you have on the annual tax return, you're going to get the notice and it may initiate an audit as well. So this is how you can file your quarterly, monthly, or even annually tax return for Michigan state. If you have any questions, any suggestions, any comments, do let me know in the comment box. Thank you very much.